I want to humbly recognize once again and officially the presence of the President and Chairman of Council of the Nigerian Institute of Management Chartered in the person of Commodore Abimbola O. Ayuba, retired, FNIM, FDC. Let's put a hand together once again for him, our distinguished President, who does not stop learning. He is a firm believer in if you stop learning, you start dying. And I want to say congratulations. He had another federal just last week from an institution, a reputable one in Nigeria. Congratulations, sir. Not forgetting the Deputy President, Dr. Umar Mustafa, FNIM, who is joining us virtually, and the National Treasurer, Mrs. Clara Ijoma Okere, FNIM. I want to also recognize our indefatigable Registrar Chief Executive in the person of Mrs. Taiwo Ganiat Olushasi, PhD, MNIM, FCIS. Let's put a hand together for her. Thank you so much. We want to recognize the presence of the Chairman, Membership Committee, Malam Ibrahim Aminu Anas, FNIM, humbly and duly represented by the member of the Membership Committee, Barrister Mrs. Senakpo Jerry Imahiagbe, FNIM. You are very much welcome, ma'am. We don't want to forget our distinguished guest speaker, Mrs. Olubukola Ige, FNIM. She's the team lead, operations, WC Digital Academy, and our guest speaker. You are very much welcome, ma'am. Could you please stand up for recognition? I want to also recognize our distinguished council member in the person of Commodore Sunday Oguntade, retired, FNIM. Not forgetting Mr. Chima Ahiwe, MNIM, who is the Secretary, Abia State Branch of the Nigerian Institute of Management Chartered. Dr. Marian Dana Mohammed is the Vice Chairperson, NIM CBD Chapter, Abuja. You are very much welcome, ma'am. Mrs. Apollonia Ode, FNIM, the Chairman, NIM Maitama Chapter. I saw her a moment ago. You are very much welcome, ma'am. All right. I want to humbly recognize the presence of Professor Lekon John Oyefara, who is the MD CEO, University of Lagos Consult. You're very much welcome, sir. By God's grace, NIM is a global brand, and I make proud to announce that we have an international member here present in the person of Mr. Yen Choi, who is the MD CEO, Netcom Africa. You're very much welcome. And of course, those who sacrifice for us, who lay down their lives for Nigeria, our military forces from the Nigerian Army School of Medical Sciences, led by Colonel G.O. Onwu. You are very much welcome, sir. Very much. We want to work. Please, let's put our hand together for. All right. And then not forgetting our distinguished fellows who want to just remain where they are. Gentlemen of the press and distinguished inductees, you are very much welcome. And thank you so much for choosing NIM. And so we are going to the next item on the program, which is the National Prayer, National Pledge, and the NIM Code of Conduct. And there's no other person that will lead us in doing this other than our distinguished President and Chairman of Council. So I want to humbly invite the President and Chairman of Council, Commodore Abimbola Ayuba, retired FNIM, FDC, to come and take. Let's put our hands together and encourage him even as he comes to the rostrum to help us do that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. MC. As is traditional, before we begin all of our official events, we do recite the national prayer, which is the third stanza of our national anthem. And then we will all collectively recite the national pledge. And then finally, for those of us who are already members of the Institute, we shall do the affirmation of our code of conduct. So, this is what we will do. And shall we be upstanding as we all together? I believe it will be projected here, but for beginning with our national prayer. Can we start, please? O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed. Amen. So, the national pledge. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend our unity, and uphold our honor, glory. So help me God. And now, only for those who are already members, those of us who are going to be inducted today, we will have another opportunity to do this after your induction today. So you may save that for that moment. But if anyone here accidentally recites the code of conduct, it means you are already signifying your intention to be a member. So today you'll be given a form and you must register. Thank you. So, distinguished professional managers, here we go, the recital of the code of conduct. Let's do it together. But when we say that please add your names to own it and to mean it. Shall we go, please? That I, Abimbola Ayuba, as a professional manager, will put service above self and will ever seek to find and employ more efficient and more economical ways of getting things done. That I, Abimbola Ayuba, as a professional manager, accept the most scrupulous and transparently honest and ethical process of thought for all decisions in my daily work, accept free from any and or corrupt practice, and within the scope of authority, treat all persons as being equal, and refuse to give special privileges or privileges to anyone. So help me God. Thank you very much. We will be seated. By the time each time we recite our code of conduct, it tends to suggest that if only the whole of Nigeria will follow us in acting on this our code of conduct, Nigeria will surely be a better place to be. Thank you. If you check the program, I was supposed to step down a bit and the registrar come up, but I've been advised to, at the same time, deliver my welcome address, which will be as short as possible. Let me, first of all, recognize the principal officers of the Institute, the Deputy President, Dr. Umar Musa Mustafa, FNIM, who I'm sure will be online with us at this moment, the National Treasurer, Deaconess Mrs. Clara Ijoma Okere, Registrar Chief Executive, eminent past presidents of the Institute, moral compasses who have stood there over the ages to see that the NIM retains its focus and forward trust. And even as we get zonal chairman, let me also, not leaving out the chairman of the membership committee, Alhaji Ibrahim Anas, FNIM, here ably represented. I had already recognized the council members here. We have Commodore Muntadi, saw him, FNIM, retired, but obviously not tired. Fellows of the Institute here are present, distinguished professional managers, gentlemen of the media here are present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today marks another milestone in the surge of the Institute to reach the highest point in the practice of the management profession in Nigeria. Consequently, we gathered here once again to witness another epoch-making event, which is the first induction ceremony for new members and upgrading members of the Institute in the year 2026. I thought some people wanted to clap in acknowledgement. Please, if you feel like clapping, please do so. I enjoy the sound of claps too. Thank you. So it's my pleasure to welcome you all to this very important event. And I use the opportunity to heartily congratulate the new members, inducting members this morning. And for those who are upgrading as well, I want to say another resounding congratulations to you all. It's simply a call to more service, better service. It's a call for you to continue to apply yourselves to the learning and manpower development opportunities that the Institute usually present to its members, particularly those ones that are up to date in their membership subscription. Only between International Women's Day, we had a very, very symbolic event where for the first time in NIM we were able to celebrate women very well. That was on the 9th or 10th of March. And that we did online. We brought together a lot of people. And only yesterday, we had some mentorship program for women as well, which was well attended. And we brought a top-class speaker from outside this country. And for the first time, we're able to bring somebody who understands the governance, politics in organization. And she was there yesterday to help us talk to the women. Even though the program was meant for the women, I was there, not only because I was president, there were also a few men who attended it. So women programs, please don't forget to invite us, as we normally do in social events. They will give us that small cap to follow you with your own fine ashwabi to events. We would like to also join hands with you. So we, as an institute, continue to focus on developing our members to be Class A professionals in wherever calling they find themselves, and of course, make our institute a brand that we cannot or never ignore. We are believing that as you are joining us today, you will take advantage of all the opportunities that we have, which the registrar will come shortly after I stop my welcome address to speak to you about the whole gamut of opportunities and that you as members will benefit from. So as we gear up to celebrate the 65th year of NIM's existence, we implore all of you to team up with the leadership and the institute to get the institute going. And I will once again want to congratulate you. I thought I saw Mr. Iroko sitting somewhere there, our former administrator of the institute who helped us in re-engineering the institute. Mr. Akinroko is a top brand board room guru. Please, can you stand up to be recognized? Mr. Iroko is also FNI, in addition to so many FFF along the line. So, on that note, I say to you, good morning, welcome, and please pardon me, we have a guest speaker in the house who will also be speaking to us, carefully selected. Please pardon me, enjoy your lecture. I'll be back to talk to you about one or two things as well. So it is not yet over for me. See you later. Good morning.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together once again for our President and Chairman of Council. Very concise, yet full of wonderful message. And like he rightly observed, while his speech was going on, our immediate past administrator gently walked in. Once again, let us recognize the presence of Mr. Aki Iroko, FNI. And I was just being corrected. The team from the Nigerian Army College of Sciences, senior executive management participant, Nigerian Army College of Medical Sciences, and the team is led by Colonel G.A. on MNI. So let's put our hand together once again. Please, while I said that, a couple of people were wondering where some got this and the lapel pins. Please, just by this exit, as where we have souvenirs, which include tie, hair tie, and then t-shirts of various colors and sizes, and even lapel pins as well, the NIM magazine and journal. Having said that, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to invite our dear Registrar Chief Executive, Mrs. Taiwo Ganiat Ulushasi, PhD, MNM, FCIS, as she comes to let us know the benefits we get from our institute. Let's put our hand together. Thank you so much. You're very much welcome, ma.
Thank you very much, Peter. Mr. President and Chairman of Council, esteemed principal officers, council members, physically present and online, our esteemed fellows in the house and online, the chairman of chapters and branches, the representative of the chairman of the membership committee, inductees of today, our guests, gentlemen of the press, and of course those who have joined us online. I've been told that we have over 122 inductees online, and so the vacant seats are not actually empty. Good morning. I'm here to tell you about the institute that you're about to join or you're upgrading. And the topic of my short speech is getting maximum benefits from your institute. By way of introduction, the Nigerian Institute of Management Chartered is Nigeria's foremost multidisciplinary professional body. We are dedicated to advancing management excellence since its establishment in 1961 and our charter in year 2003. So today marks your formal induction into a distinguished community of professional managers committed to national development and organizational effectiveness. What's our mandate? The Institute is statutorily empowered by our charter to set and uphold standards of knowledge and competence, regulate the practice of management, and maintain a register of qualified professionals. As members, you are expected to uphold these standards and contribute meaningfully to the growth of the management profession. In this hall today, we have different professionals: medical, tech, law, education, social sciences, and the rest. Pardon me if I didn't mention yours, but you agree with me that management is all-encompassing, and so everybody should be a professional manager. What's our membership progression and participation? You've been hearing upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. The membership progression within the Institute is structured and merit-based, requiring active participation in programs such as our training, both local and foreign, both physical and virtual and hybrid. We also have the mandatory continuing professional education program, MAPEP. We have our flagship events like the annual National Management Conference. And so your engagement is essential for career advancement and professional relevance. What have we been doing as an institute? The president mentioned earlier, we turned 65 this year, and we're going to be celebrating it in a very unique way. So far, we've done digital transformation and member accessibility. In line with global best practices, the Institute has launched a membership mobile application to provide seamless access to membership data, resources, and services. This initiative of ours enhances convenience, transparency, and real-time management and engagement for all members. I urge you, if you're on Android, to go to Play Store and check for the NIM app and download it now. If anybody has told you that he or she is a member of NIM, you can confirm in this room. Because with that app, all you need to do is input the person's full name and it will pop up. I thought somebody was going to clap for us. Thank you. What have we been doing again? Thought leadership and professional engagement platforms. The introduction of our Members Roundtable program and the Fellows Forum has strengthened intellectual discourse, peer learning, and strategic engagement amongst our members. by the time you are fully inducted, you'll be involved in all these activities as well. These platforms are designed to foster collaboration, share insights, and address contemporary management challenges. Yesterday, like the president said, the women of NIM had the opportunity of being mentored on politics and power play in our workplaces. Recently, we also had the Next Generation Managers Colloquium, which is for our members, professional managers between the ages of 25 and 40. We have other programs that also addresses specific groups. We have the ITMA, where some of us came in through. We have the Women in Management and Leadership program. We have an array of programs at the Institute. What's our membership expansion and national presence outlook? Through our sustained membership drives and the inauguration of new chapters nationwide, the Institute has significantly expanded its footprint. This ensures greater inclusiveness and brings professional activities closer to members across all regions. For your information, we have 6 zones. We have 36 branches. We also have the FCT branch. So we have 36 branches, that is every state of the Federation, and then we also have the FCT branch. Thank you very much. It will interest you to also know that we have 126 chapters. So we don't just have branches. We don't just have zones. We have chapters. You are encouraged, not just encouraged, you are mandated to identify with the branch and chapter of the Institute closer to you and contribute to management excellence in your locality. And that's why we have a lot of chapters represented here today. Please engage them. You can also check our website. We have also sent the e-brochure for this program to every one of us. Please look at it. The phone number and contact of all the chapter chairmen, all the branch chairmen, and all the zonal chairmen are there. Please pick the one that is closest to you. Call the chairman and let them know that you've just joined NIM, and they will add you to your platform, and then you start engaging. In a quest to expand the reach of the Institute, the United Kingdom and the United States of America chapters were launched last year by the President and Chairman of Council. Thank you. The Institute has also signed MOU with the Malaysia Institute of Management. We have an existing relationship with the Kenya Institute of Management. These are done to deepen our international affiliation and collaboration. Aside from this, we have relationship with the Protestant University of Rwanda. We have with the Manchester Business School. We have with Oxford University. And we have with a lot of other foreign institutions, just to mention a few. Thank you. We have strategic collaborations and institutional partnerships. You would have seen that we have our gentlemen in the uniform here present. It may interest you to know that some of the people who are dressed as civilians here are also members of the Nigerian Armed Forces who chose to come dressed as civilians. We welcome you specially. We have a very robust relationship with the military because, like I said earlier, management is all-encompassing. NIM from the beginning has set out to empower and train the Nigerian Armed Forces, one officer at a time, and we're not relenting. In the last few weeks, we've had engagement with the Nigerian Army School of Finance and Administration. We've had with the Nigerian Army College of Logistics and Management. We've had with our friends who are here in the room. It was a special program that we organized for them. We have an existing relationship with the Nigerian Defense Academy, with the Nigerian National Defense College, and the Armed Forces Command and Staff College in Jaji, just to mention a few. I'm not bragging. I'm just letting you know that you're not in the wrong place. So, we have deepened our relevance through strategic collaborations with local and international institutions, like I mentioned earlier. These partnerships enhance capacity building knowledge exchange, and global exposure for members who are spread across various sectors of social and economic spheres. Like I mentioned that we have the UK and the USA branch. For those of us who plan to migrate, I don't call it relocation. We want to export talent to those places. We are also waiting there to support you. In this room today, we have somebody who have naturalized as a Nigerian, who is actively engaging and relating with Nigerian Institute of Management, Mr. Ian Choi, and we are very proud of that relationship. He's been inducted as a member today. He's not just in this room. And he's joining us through the research route. The paper is submitted, very, very instructive. It's one that we are also going to be publishing in our Journal of Professional Management because we want everybody to be enriched by what is in that paper. Thank you very much, Mr. Choi. What are the benefits and opportunities that are available as members of Nigerian Institute of Management? Our membership offers you access to continuous professional development, networking opportunities, global training programs, and extensive knowledge resources, including our publications and a well-equipped library. Our members also enjoy professional recognition and exclusive privileges across various sectors. As a not-for-profit organization, the sustainability of the Institute depends on our members' active participation and timely payment of annual subscription. Once you become a member, you must pay your annual subscription. Your commitment directly supports the delivery of high-quality programs and the services by the Institute. Our year 2026 activity. Programs of the Institute for the current year have been carefully crafted with your professional development in mind. We have local and international training. A lot of people in this room have also come to us to say they want to participate in our UK training that is coming up in Manchester in September. We have Kigali taking place in May and in October. And there are a lot of bespoke that we can also discuss one-on-one. Please visit the website of the Institute. That's www.nim.ng for more information about these programs. It may also interest you to note that year 2026 is an election year for the Institute. In the course of this year, there will be a change of baton for our council members and principal officers. I'm therefore soliciting your support for the success of the elections. The elections will take place towards a conference in September. It is only those who have paid their annual subscription that have the right to vote and be voted for. The annual National Management Conference is taking place in Lagos. We have tagged it ECO 2026. And the venue is Tafawa Balewa Square, Lagos. We'll be holding between 13th to 15th of September. And we are going to be bringing all the beauty of ECO to TBS. It is our flagship program, also provides a great opportunity, an uncommon platform for networking and learning from members. I therefore look forward to your participation. One thing that I also want to let us know is that we are the largest multidisciplinary, professional body in Nigeria, and I must say in Africa. We have over 200,000 individual members who have passed through the membership process of NIM. We have over 400 corporate organizations who have passed through the membership of Nigerian Institute of Management. Our membership is not limited to individuals. If you feel that your organization can also be a member of NIM, we welcome you because there's an area of opportunities and benefits for your organization as a corporate member. When your organization is a corporate member, you get rebates, you get discounts, you get projected on our website, you get projected as sponsors, you get projected as organizations who have entrenched best practices in management. Like we all know, in Nigeria and indeed globally, we do not lack human resources. What we lack is a will to manage. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen in the house, please put your hands together for our registrar. Put your hands together for your registrar. Put your hands together for my registrar. Put your hands together for the registrar of the Nigerian Institute of Management Chartered. Thank you very much, our registrar, for giving us a lowdown of all that the Institute has been doing and is doing. And I tell you I tell you something, a lot more are still in the pipeline. So just watch out. Keep your ears to the ground. Follow us on our social media platforms, and you will be happy that you are a member of the prestigious Nigerian Institute of Management. Put your hands together once again for the registrar. Thank you very much, ma'am. We appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to listen to our guest speaker for today. At this point, may I respectfully ask our guest speaker, Mrs. Olubukola Ige, FNIM, to please come forward to the stage while I read her profile before she presents her paper. Please, let's put our hands together for her. Put our hands together for our carefully selected speaker of today's occasion, Mrs. Olubukola Ige, FNIM, Team Lead Operations, WC Digital Academy. Yes, our guest speaker is an accomplished human resource and administrative professional with extensive experience leading operational and HR functions across diverse organizations. She holds a master's degree in human resource management and a postgraduate diploma in management from Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, LAUTECH, as well as an HND in sectorial studies from Federal Polytechnic, Ilaro. A fellow of Nigerian Institute of Management, FNIM, and an associate of the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management, Mrs. Olubukola has a proven track record of restructuring, HR strategies, implementing organizational policy, and enhancing employee productivity. She has led learning and development initiatives, optimized operational processes, and delivered measurable improvements in staff engagement and cost efficiency. Currently, serving as team lead in charge of operations at WC Digital Agency, she combines strategic insight with operational excellence to drive organizational growth and foster effective workplace environment. She's married with 3 children and enjoys reading, reflecting on her commitment to continuous learning, both professionally and personally. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mrs. Olubukola Ige, FNIM, as she makes her presentation to us on the topic, Building Bridges Across Sectors, the Power of Interdisciplinary Collaboration in Professional Management. Happy listening, ladies and gentlemen, as I hand over the mic to our eminent and distinguished speaker. Madam, you have the floor.
Good afternoon. Oh, sorry. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me. I feel very small looking at the faces before me. I am seeing myself in very smallish and wondering, did I do all of that? I don't think I did all of that, but it says I did. But thank you, sir. Thank you, Maz, for being here. I am very honored to be here. And, okay, so I think it was in this very hall myself when I joined the Institute some years back. It was in this very hall, I believe, that I was also inducted, Nigerian Institute of Management. I remember that day that I actually came in alone, no family, no friend, because I came from the office. I didn't tell anyone, and it was after the function that I realized, oh, I should have told someone. This is indeed something very prestigious. I mean, I went through all the rigors and then to just come in alone. But I'm seeing everyone here today, family, friend. I actually came in with my daughter. So I'm honored, and I believe that every one of you who is here today, please clap for yourself. You made yourselves proud. You have made yourselves proud. So I'm going to be speaking today on building bridges across sectors, the power of interdisciplinary collaboration in professional management. When the registrar was talking, she mentioned that NIM cuts across sectors. I want us to have that at the back of our minds. So I'll start this. Distinguished President, Chairman of Council, Nigerian Institute of Management Chartered, council members of the Institute here present, the Registrar and Chief Executive, honorable guests, distinguished colleagues, inductees, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, I bring you my warm felicitations. For me, it's a singular honor to address this gathering because at best it is a profound ceremony, the induction into the Nigerian Institute of Management Chartered. To those of you who have been inducted today at whatever cadre, I bid you a warm welcome to a membership of excellence, of integrity, of purpose. You have not merely earned a credential, you have joined a vanguard. The paper I will present to you today bears that title, Building Bridges Across Sectors, the power of interdisciplinary collaboration in professional management. It is a theme that I hold not to be merely timely, but urgent. Urgent for Nigeria, urgent for every one of us who is carrying the chartered manager's mandate. So let me begin with this question. Why is Nigeria, despite being home to more than 220 million people? We say Nigeria is the largest oil-producing country in Africa, right? Country blessed with abundant human resources, natural resources. Why are we grappling with power supply? Why are we grappling with food insecurity? Why are we grappling with mass youth unemployment? Why do we have a fragmented healthcare delivery system? The answer to these questions is not a lack of intelligence, not a lack of will either. Nigeria has some of the finest minds in the world. I don't know how many of us agree that we have the finest minds in the world. Everywhere you go in this world and you find a Nigerian, we are doing exploits, right? Beautiful. So, many of those fine minds are sitting in this hall today. The answer to these questions really lies in large measure in a way that we have historically approached our national challenges. We have approached our challenges in silos, in sectors, in compartments, each field, working in isolation, often pulling in different directions. You don't want to work with each other. We want to work in our own closed-off environment. Oh, I'm an accountant, so I'm restricted to accounting. I'm a lawyer, so I'm restricted to lawyering. We have restricted ourselves in silos. I've been privileged to work in various sectors. I've worked in manufacturing. I've worked in real estate. I've worked in a software company. I've worked in logistics. Presently, I work in a digital agency, and my agency is fully remote. So you can try to understand the operational challenges. I am working in a fully remote agency. So, my take, no single sector holds all the tools that can solve Nigeria's complex problems. No single sector. Even my military contingent will tell you that they can't solve it without the intelligence that comes sometimes from the communities. And kudos to my military family. I am from that background as well. So let's take a view of our energy crisis. Nigeria's electricity generation capacity hovers about 4,000, 5,000 megawatts, right? But for a nation that needs at least about 100,000 to power its economy competitively, that is extremely poor. Solving this requires engineering. It requires innovation, regulatory reforms, private sector financing, community engagement. It requires government policy, all simultaneously. That's the key word. Any single sector solution to these problems will fail. Let's review our food security. Millions of Nigerians today face food scarcity. And the truth is, agriculture alone cannot solve it. It demands logistics because we have to move our food from one end of the country to the other. It demands agribusiness. We can no longer do our localized farming. Now we have to project and think of mechanized farming. It requires financing, climate science, people looking at the environment. It requires public health expertise. Moving this food, what about the public menace to moving our food? The other day I saw a vehicle moving meat and I cringed. How many of us have seen that? You see the vehicles that move your food, the food that you're going to eat, you cringe. Oh God. So, let's also look at our youth unemployment. Education reform alone cannot fix it. The private sector, not the government alone, acting alone cannot fix it. We have a lot of universities today, private and public. Have they fixed the problem of education? The answer is no. We still have a lot of our youths who are going outside to get the education. The solution demands that educators, employers, policymakers, financiers, and community leaders must act in coordinated harmony. This is the landscape that you and I, as chartered managers, are called to navigate. And the most critical skill we need is one that our institutions have historically underinvested in, the ability to build bridges across sectors, across disciplines, across professional cultures through collaborative efforts. So what is interdisciplinary collaboration? It's simply not, it's not just about working in a team, not just about forming committees and working in teams, no. It's richer than that. It's something richer, deeper, more transformative, something that builds, something that you build on, you leverage on. So, scholars of management science have distinguished between 3 levels of cross-disciplinary engagement. Number 1 is the multidisciplinary one. Professionals from different fields working side by side, day to day, but they are separate in their roles. A simple example would be the hospital. You have the doctors, you have the nurses, you have the administrators, you have the accountants. They all work in the hospital, right? But their functions are totally different. They can work independently of each other. That's just multidisciplinary at its best. Then you have the interdisciplinary collaborations, where teams are actively sharing knowledge and integrating approaches across professional boundaries. The decision-making in such a group is collective. It's not just one person. The analysis will draw from multiple knowledge bases. And I'll give an example that came to mind. Was the Lekki Ekpe Expressway. How many of us know the Lekki? I believe everyone here would have known or heard about the Lekki Ekpe Expressway. Building that road was not just the job of engineers, right? It involved real estate professionals because they had to look at the map. It involved town planners. The banks were involved at one stage or the other for financing.
different sectors came together to make the Lekki-Ekpe Expressway what it is today. You can drive it today. I remember there were some years back, it was a nightmare going to Ekpe from VI to Ekpe. It was a nightmare. I had to transverse it some years back, and oh God, even though I went in an air-conditioned vehicle and everything, my body ached when I came back. But today it's different, right? People came together, they collaborated together. It wasn't just the engineers who did this. Now let's look at transdisciplinary. Here, the themes will transcend the disciplinary boundaries entirely to create new shared frameworks, new methodologies, new institutional arrangements. An example is Nigeria's Anchor Borrowers Program. I came across that program about 2 years ago. I was amazed. I didn't know it existed. And from what I learned, the central bank, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture, state governments, agro-processors, all came together to create a fundamentally new financing and production ecosystem for food security in Nigeria. It was a way of making money reach the local farmer so they could do better. They could grow faster, they could have better storages. And in all, money has been, farmers have been able to bridge up. Let's forget about the security issues that we have up north. So as chartered managers, our aspiration should be to operate increasingly at the interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary levels. That is where the real transformative impact thrives. So what are the benefits that you and I can get when we go ahead with interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary collaborations? Why is it so important? Allow me to give you 6 compelling reasons why. One of it will be that it gives us innovative solutions. There is this saying that no man is an island, right? No one has monopoly of knowledge. I don't. I used to have a boss, God rest his soul. That was when I worked in the manufacturing firm. At a stage, he started calling me Engineer Mrs. I'm not an engineer, but I got interested. I would go into the factory when we place orders, and I would partake in the order placements for some of these things, and I got interested. And when the orders would come in, I would go into the factory. I wanted to know, oh, that thing we ordered, what is it all about? What does it do? Why is it this way? I would go into the factory for that. And so at a stage, he started calling me Engineer Mrs. Not because I was an engineer, but because I took an interest. When professionals come together, when we sit together, we generate good ideas. Don't look at yourself and say, oh, I'm just a young manager. I just became chartered 2 days ago. Your ideas matter. I have a young boy in my firm right now that, okay, I'm going to digress a bit here. When I saw the registrar coming up with her paper, she held her papers when she was coming up. That would have been me too, because I would naturally come up with my paper. So when I mentioned I had this paper, he said, Ma, don't let me see you carry paper. Oh. And I was like, why? He said, don't carry paper. I said, I will. Oh. He said, try, Ma. I carried my paper. It's in my bag. But I challenged myself. I kept hearing his words in my ears. Ma, don't carry the paper. Why? Because he challenged me and said, you can do better. There are things I will go to this young boy to say, look, tell me how you do this thing. I need to know how so that I can do better. So we need coming together of everyone to get better ideas, better innovations. You might be a graduate member today. Please don't limit yourself. In that room where you find yourself, speak up. They may not buy into your ideas. They may not accept it, maybe because of a wider range of experience, but definitely they will take note of you as being innovative. Another thing you can do is it improves the quality of the decisions that we take. A finance expert will definitely give you better advice when you are in a committee than an agriculturist, right? The agric person looks at it from a profit margin. The finance person is looking at it from the risk factor. When you come together, the quality of the decisions that you make will definitely be better. Another thing you can look at will be the organizational performance. Overall, in whatever organization you find yourself in, whether in the public or the private sector, once you have a collaborative team, your performance will skyrocket. Researchers have shown that when you have a board of directors from different sectors, the quality of decisions you tend to make is better because you look at it from different perspectives. Your risk level, the factors are totally different. Everyone is looking at it from the point of view of where they are coming from. A lawyer will look at it differently. A finance person is going to look at that problem differently. Take, for instance, you have a building and you want to build a skyscraper. You've brought in your architect, your engineers, you've brought in your lawyer, your bankers. Everybody will look at the risk involved in that project on a different spectrum entirely. That's what you get. Your performance will skyrocket. Then it broadens your impact. A single sector solution addresses symptoms. Just looks at the symptoms itself. It doesn't look at it attacks the symptoms. Because, oh, I have a headache, just take paracetamol and then you go sleep, right? But the doctor wants to know why you are getting consistent headache. He won't just tell you drink water and go and sleep. If you continue coming back to say this problem keeps reoccurring, then he knows that he needs to diagnose it better. So when you have cross-sectoral, people come together, it attacks the root of the problem. A water supply project, for instance, by engineers alone, without carrying the community people along to say, oh, you live in this community, where is the best place you think we can sink this thing? What's your route like? What are the challenges like? It's going to fail. How many of us have seen a lot of efforts that has failed? Water projects that are no longer working. Then stakeholder trust. Communities, civil society engineers, private sector, government agencies, when they all sit at a table, the resulting decisions command a broader acceptance, faster adoption, more durable compliance. Trust is not a sentiment, it is a management asset. If the people who sit with you don't trust you, you move nowhere. Finally, it says that organizations with interdisciplinary networks, they adapt faster when disruption strikes. COVID came, a lot of companies crumbled, right? But go and look at the companies and the organizations that stayed beyond COVID. Look at their boards. Look at the makeup of the boards of those companies. That in and of itself tells you why they stood. In a world of increasing complexity, the specialized expert is valuable if you are a specialized person. But the bridge building manager is indispensable. If everybody knows that you are the one to go to and you listen from all factors, that bridge building manager is entirely indispensable. I'll just do a quick run through of some examples that I have, about 4 of them that I saw. So let's look at the Eco Disco, the power reform that they had. Years back, we all complained in Lagos State about meter estimated billings, right? A lot of us now have prepaid meters at home. But for back then, it was all about estimated billings, complaints. They'll just bill you whether you use it or not. And then Eco Disco brought in MainSat a few years back. And they brought in, what MainSat brought in was technology. So Eco Disco collaborated with technology. They brought in a software built by engineers, built by software developers, and said, come collaborate with us. The result is a better distribution system. From your home now, you can recharge your meters, right? You can pay for your electricity from your homes, from your phones. That's collaboration at its simplest. Let's look at LUT and Unilag. The Lagos State University Teaching Hospital is a teaching hospital, right? Unilag is a university, academia. The hospital and the academia coming together. What did they do? So, Unilag trains the students. LUT does what? Unilag educates them, gives them the theory, then shifts them where? To LUT. What does LUT do? Gives them the practical. Two different organizations, right? One is even a state government owned. The other is what? Federal government. Coming together for what? To get something done. Today you know the quality of doctors that you have coming out of it. Several doctors have gone through that. A lot of the people, of the medical people you have in Nigeria today went through that. And then another one I mentioned earlier was the CBN Anchors program. Ambitious, really. CBN, the federal government, state governments, communities, agro-businesses coming together, generate funds. CBN provides the fund, the agro-businesses, they grow it, mechanized farming in its simplest form, just to do was to tackle food security. As at the last time I checked, over ₦1 trillion has been disbursed through the Anchor program. It's on the internet. I'm sure I can provide the references. Then we have Andela. I got to know about Andela through one of the young tech people I work with, because I had to ask, how did you get your skills? And he said, I went through Andela. And I was like, what is Andela? And he said, it's just a group of 4 young people across Nigeria. They came some 10 years back, they came into Nigeria. They wanted to bridge the gap because they realized that the global technology companies were not employing Nigerians because they said Nigerians didn't have the software skills. So Andela came up. And the first base here was Nigeria. They started off in Nigeria. Because I admired the young man's skills. And he went through Andela. It was one of the beneficiaries of Andela. It was a collaboration. Teach Nigerians and other African technology-based people how to, use their skills. Some people said, yes, he now took the talent from Nigeria and exported it to the world. But I say it was originally the idea, make them globally relevant, right? That was collaboration. People coming together to build. Now, these 4 examples, they just share a simple trait. Each required professional managers. Somebody had to be the one tying these collaborations together. That person can be you, can be me. Someone did those collaborations across sectors. It didn't happen within just one sector, did it? I've mentioned different sectors now that were involved. That is the interest. That's basically what the collaboration should be about. So, what are the barriers to collaboration? I'll be very honest with you. It is not easy. I manage a remote team, a digital agency. I have people who work in the US. The timeline alone, Canada, will create problems. You have people in Canada who are about 9 hours ahead of us, no, behind us. I have people in the US, I have people in the UK. I have somebody in Australia. It's a challenge in and of itself. So I'll tell you that it is not easy to collaborate. The barriers are very real. However, we can overcome them. And the professional manager is the one who can overcome them. So what are the barriers? Number one, sectoral silos. We all hold information. We don't want Mr. A to know what Mr. B is talking about. We don't collaborate. We don't want to share ideas, because if you know, if I share that idea, somebody else will take it up. I once had a young person work with me who had a beautiful idea during a meeting, but she never spoke up. And I said, why? She said, because if I speak up, my manager will take up that idea and present it as his own. So rather than share that beautiful idea, she did this. I said, no, next time speak up. Next time again, speak up. Somebody is going to recognize it when you speak up. Don't hoard information. When we have accountability, collaboration becomes very rational. When managers can recognize, if your subordinate gives, or your junior colleague gives a beautiful idea, recognize that person. Tomorrow you will get a better idea of that person. Another barrier would be the professional language we all speak. A medical doctor, a civil engineer, an investment banker, we all speak different languages. Particularly when it comes to infrastructure, it comes to collaborating. Our languages are not the same because we see things from different perspectives. You can go to a lawyer today and you explain your case, and you think the lawyer is going to go straight like this, and the lawyer is telling you, no, we will go to X, then from X we'll move to B. I had issues with mathematics. So when they are saying X plus Y equals to 2 raised to 4, my brain just shuts down. But I have a son who is very good with things like that. I have a son who is an engineer. So when they start doing X, but that's the beauty of it. I now had to learn to listen and understand. Have I gotten over it? No. But am I a better person because I now know how to calculate? The day I was taught how to calculate my taxes, I jumped because now I do it myself. We all need to learn to, understand the language barrier that we all have. Cross-disciplinary training. Trainings can solve a lot of that. In-house trainings for your staff members, in your organizations, mini trainings here and there. They solve a lot of that. I do mini trainings for my people, 30 minutes on Wednesdays between 5 and 5:30. They know that's meeting time with me. Everybody comes in, and then we just meet. What are the issues? Can I deal with this? What are the issues? Can I deal with this? And somebody's providing a solution to that thing. Even as I sat here this morning, I quickly resolved an issue because I quickly knew who I could refer that issue to. Go solve it. Bureaucratic and regulatory framework. Our regulatory framework administration in Nigeria does not allow a lot of room for collaboration, particularly with the federal government. Not aligning the federal government, but you walk into a federal government office today, you know how easy sometimes it is to get things done. It is getting better, and I appreciate that. So, what do? Continued regulatory reforms. We continue to get better. In the private sector as well, we continue to do what? We continue to get better. Your managers must be approachable. I have an open door policy. Even when I was in physical paid employment, I had an open door policy. You can walk in at any time. You can send me a message on WhatsApp and I'll respond to you. Resource and capacity constraints. It requires time, sitting down. Now we have the 65th anniversary to celebrate, right? Everybody will come September and it will flow seamlessly. But there are a lot of people who would have done what behind the scenes. Who would have looked at logistics, who would have looked at feeding, who would look at car park, who would look at hotel registration. It takes a whole lot. But by the time you come September, it's going to flow so seamlessly, you will not know that a lot of things have gone in the background. It requires time, it requires facilitators. And a lot of mutual distrust is also one of the barriers. We don't trust ourselves. We don't want to share our ideas. The private sector does not trust the federal government. The federal government is saying, no, the private sector will take these ideas and run with it. Even in our private offices, we sometimes don't share ideas with each other. But I know I don't want the admin department to know what HR is talking about, because they will want to take over and say they're the ones that have done it. I've seen that happen in some companies where I worked, where the administrative department came up with something and then HR said, no, it's an HR thing, we will now take it off. And they took it off, and it caused a lot of resentment. So mutual distrust. That's why sometimes they don't want to do that. But my quip to that would be that every bridge begins with a single step across the divide. Somebody has to take that step to break that barrier. Will you be that person? Will you be that person to take that step to say we can do better? Okay, so the professional manager as a bridge builder. Now I'm going to address you directly, especially those of us who have been inducted today into the ranks of NIM Chartered Managers. I'll say to you that you have demonstrated competence. That's why you are here. You have demonstrated commitment. That's why you are here. You have met the standards that this institute has set, and they are no mean feats, I can tell you that. When you are leaving this ceremony as an NIM Chartered Manager, and for those online too, it applies to you. It means something. But a charter is a beginning, not a destination. The question is, what kind of manager are you going to be? Because for me, there are two types of chartered managers, and I have met both. There is the type that treats their qualification as a boundary marker. You carry the certificate. Chartered manager. They know their field. They are very competent in their field. They are excellent in what they do. They do their job well, they stay in their lane, and then they hand off to the next person. It's not my job anymore. I've moved on. And then there is the other one. The one who uses their expertise as a base, not a destination. Who is genuinely curious about how the other disciplines will think. Or how is this decision that HR is taking, how is it going to affect the engineers? How is it going to affect the colleagues in the other departments? This decision that we want to take in HR now, how will it go around? How is it going to affect us? That person is comfortable in discomfort because you know you are rocking the boat. He's asking the question, who else should be at this table? Let's see about resolving this. That second type is what Nigeria needs more. And from what I know about the people who make it to NIM Chartered, that is the type you have the potential to be. So what does it mean for you to deploy? You must see problems as systems. When you come across a problem in your organizations, please see it as a system. Ask the question, how does this connect to the wider system? How does it affect the other departments around me? There must be cultural intelligence in you. Be aware, be respectful of the different norms, vocabularies, incentive structures, decision-making cultures of the different professional committees that you find yourself in. Don't limit yourself. Don't just restrict yourself to your own discipline. Think outside the box. Be equally comfortable in the boardroom, in the ministry, in the community, or wherever you find yourself. Have that gap, wear that gap of, of a chartered manager. I can do this. Facilitative leadership. Create conditions within your teams where diverse teams can collaborate effectively. Don't be that manager that people are afraid to come to. I used to have a manager like that. You can't approach him, especially when he has fought with his wife in the house before coming. Even his face alone will scare you. And when you greet him, he tells you what's good about the money. Please don't be that kind of manager. Create rooms for your people to strive. You may not be the loudest voice in the room, but be a facilitative voice. You may not be the one with all the answers, but be the one that draws out the best questions and the best answers from those around you. In that little corner of your space as a manager, use it wisely. Communicate. Make sure that what you are communicating, others are comprehending. It is not enough for you to communicate. You must ensure that those you are communicating with are comprehending what you're saying, that they actually understand what you're saying. A lot of the times we just communicate. We just talk. I've passed the instruction. Please make sure that that person understands what you are saying so that they can bring their A game to it. Communicate upward, downward, sideways. If you need to speak pidgin, sometimes I used to have a cleaner, and when I speak my big English, she won't understand me. She will look at me like this. And then I'll say, okay, come. And then I'll go into pidgin English. And then I'll break it down. Make sure that you're communicating effectively. And then ethical judgment. When your competing interests across your departments, your sectors, when they collide, and they will definitely collide, please hold your integrity as your anchor. The bridge building manager who cannot be trusted. I'll say that again. The bridge building manager who cannot be trusted by the parties concerned cannot serve as a bridge. If people do this to you, say, no, don't. Just know that you have lost it. People must trust you. These competencies don't come with a certificate. They are built over your career through practice. Failures, we will fail. Sometimes they fail, they will fall, or you pick yourself up. They will come through your deep reflections, through mentors who will push you. Please look for mentors that will push you to be better. People who will make you do better. A boss of mine would correct that documentation 10 times. Sometimes just to see your reaction. Then they will go back to the second one and say, this second one is the best you have done. Or he has made you do like 6. And I used to be angry. I was a young person then. I would be very angry. This thing like 30 minutes ago. But I learned from it. Today, I write pretty well. All kudos to that manager. He pushed me beyond. So, the decision to actually cultivate these, competencies begins with you today. So, as I draw to a close in whatever sector you find yourself in, whether public or private, I want to leave you not with conclusions, but with commitments. A commitment to yourself. I'm asking each of you to make your commitment to yourself as you step fully into your responsibilities as chartered professional managers. That in every project, every assignment, every strategic initiative, please ask, who is better off for what we are doing today? Maintain an active, intentional network that reaches across industries. I mentioned earlier that I've worked in different industries. So when the real estate person is talking, I can understand a bit. When the manufacturer is talking, I can understand a bit. I've worked in property management, so when they are talking about property management, I understand a bit. I've worked in engineering a bit, I understand a bit. When engineers are talking MCCBs and MCBs and ACBs and relays, I understand what they're talking about. Your network is your net worth. The people you know are the ones who add value to you. So don't restrict yourself to your own network alone. Network outside of your network. So I'm going to say how many people can do that today. How many people can walk up to others and say, what do you do? Can I get your card? Can I get your number? Can we interact? I'm waiting to see that after the program. And then when sectoral and industrial pride, conflicts, please choose national. Choose the organization above yourself. Use your membership of this institute not as a credential, please. Don't just wear it as a badge. Use it as a credential. Use it as a platform. Facilitate those connections. The institute exists not just to certify individuals. It is to transform management practice in Nigeria and beyond the borders of Nigeria. You heard the registrar when she was talking. We've gone global, right? We've gone global, so it's not just Nigeria. And as you rise in your careers, invest in the generation behind you. Don't be that leader, don't be that manager who climbs up and then removes the ladder. How many of us have met leaders like that, managers like that, who sometimes when they climb up and then they remove the ladder so you cannot climb? Please don't be that. Be the manager rather who allows others to climb up. When your junior colleagues are growing, it means you're also growing up. There's an African proverb that has guided many collaborative endeavors. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, what do? Like that. Nigeria cannot afford to go slow anymore. We must go far. We must go fast. Other African nations are leaving us far behind. We used to be the giant of Africa. We can still be the giant of Africa. It is in us to be the giant of Africa. You are chartered. You are equipped today. You are, from this day forward, officially among those whom Nigeria and the rest of the world will look to for quality of management. Management thinking that can transform a nation. The bridges we need across energy and finance, across health and technology, across agriculture and academia, across government and the private sector, they will not build themselves. They will be built by people like you and I, managers who are not content to be experts in our own single lane, but who are willing to stand in the middle of the road with one hand reaching toward each side and holding the connection. Build those bridges. Nigeria needs every one of them. Thank you.
Building bridges across sectors, the power of interdisciplinary collaboration in professional management. Let's put our hand together once again for Mrs. Olubukola Ige. Wonderful, wonderful, insightful presentation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please regain your seats. Yes, we are moving on to the next item. I listened to that. Just want to remind us, multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary, and transdisciplinary. Let's not forget that. And I was thinking I'm the only one that is afraid of mathematics. I didn't know that we are made. Back then in NMS Zaria, the first physics lesson I attended, and Ofokansi said we should calculate the mass of a coconut falling with a velocity of something. So on my way back to the dormitory, one coconut just flew back. I asked myself, is this what this man said I should calculate? That was how I abandoned science, physics, mathematics, and everything. But should I say unfortunate thing is that the more you run away from it, the closer it comes. Those of us who are into arts and are heading department, accountant will ask you to prepare budget. I will now be hearing factor in inflation for 2027. You have not finished with the inflation of 2026, and you are factoring in inflation of 2027. So, thank God we are not the only ones here. So, we will be making presentation of plaques to our distinguished guest speaker. And then the president will be doing that with the help of our registrars and our distinguished council members to, acknowledge and celebrate her. She's a distinguished fellow of the institute, by the way. And thank you so much once again. So I want to humbly invite the president and chairman of council to make the presentation.
Let me first of all invite this noble audience to please once again give our guest speaker a resounding round of applause. So our dear, let's say Commodore Olubukola Ige, FNIM. And you know why? She is the wife of Navy Captain Michael Ige, PhD, retired. And you know our wives take one rank ahead of us always. I was indeed very surprised to see her as guest speaker today, but not too surprised because I've seen her at many fora. I want to, on behalf of council, present this memento to you. As guest speaker today, you've done absolutely very well. You delivered your A game, and I was looking at the visuals, so everybody had their eyes glued on the podium listening to your lecture. So once again, we appreciate you. We hope to see you again. By the way, the husband is a fellow of the institute as well. So they are in conspiracy in this management business. Thank you so very much.
All right. I want to also humbly invite Mr. Ian Choi, please, to also be recognized as well.
Mr. Ian Choi, it's quite a pleasure for meeting you live. I met you online when you were the guest speaker and mentor for our management, young managers program, which you did excellently very well. But because there was still no technology to present this to you online, and we are privileged to have you here, I want to, on behalf of council, present this to you. Hoping you find a beautiful place to put it and probably find an e-way of displaying it on your own platform. Congratulations.
All right, yes, we are moving. We are getting on to the next item on the program, that is the goodwill message. And I want to humbly invite Professor Leko John Oyefara, who is the Managing Director, CEO, Unilag Consult, to present his goodwill. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. The President, the Registrar, distinguished members of the High Table, and the eminent people in this audience. I'm happy to be here this morning. When I was appointed to be the Managing Director of Unilag Consult, I was just looking for avenue to be able to improve my skill. When I've reached the top of my career in the university as a professor, and I got this opportunity from the chapter that is in the University of Lagos. So I'm giving this goodwill message as one of the inductees and on behalf of people that will be inducted today, sir. So thank you very much. We, the inductees of Nigeria Institute of Management, extend our warmest congratulations to our fellow professionals. We, the inductees of the National Institute of Management, extend our warmest congratulations to our fellow professionals and welcome all of us to this prestigious community of management professionals in Nigeria. We are honored to be part of this esteemed institute, committed to promoting excellence in management practice and contributing to the national development. Let us continue to uphold the value of professionalism, integrity, and innovation as we drive success in all our organizations and the nation at large. Cheers to a brighter future. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Prof. All right, we are getting to the crux of the matter now before the induction of members. And I want to humbly invite the President and Chairman of Council, Commodore Abimbola Ayuba, retired FNIM FDC, for the values we share. Some of us who, because I supervise the exam, some of us saw me now and called me principal. When you, by the time he goes through this value we share, you understand why I was that strict and I was that professional. So in the course of what the President will take us through now, you will understand. And I proudly answer that principle.
Peter, don't go too far. The next coconut is about to drop from the tree. Thank you very much, distinguished audience. We got into the next stage. So I want to present to you this little but very important golden book of the Institute. It's simply titled The Values That We Share. So in the Institute, we have several values that we share. And in the book, it's a book that has stood the test of time and have helped a lot. I don't travel without it, either in my pocket, suit pocket, or in my little purse, because in it, it's enshrined those things that we consider as values as an institute. So the book begins addressing you, dear member, and I believe you will be issued an e-copy of it, probably find them in your mail. The first that it brings is the code, the vision, and the mission of the Institute. And of course, the next page you will find contains the national pledge that we all recited earlier on. And that's followed by the code of conduct the Institute. So at any given time, if you have the book, it's going to be handy for you. And by the way, by the time you spend a few more months as members, the code of conduct will just be in your head, and you can recite it, of course, at all times. So the NIM vision comes next. And what is the vision of the Nigerian Institute of Management? The vision of Nigerian Institute of Management is to be the source and symbol of management excellence. Can we say that together? To be the source and symbol of management excellence. And that's what we are. That's what we set out to do always. So then next comes the NIM mission. And it says that NIM shall remain the prime driver of professional management standards and values in all its ramifications. I'll take that again. NIM shall remain the prime driver of management standards and values in all its ramifications. So there's no aspect of management that is removed from the NIM's role and competence, and this is enshrined carefully in the Act, which gives us our charter. It is there for NIM to regulate and control the practice of management in Nigeria in all its ramifications. So some professional bodies who add management, they are not doing all ramifications. It is the NIM that has the powers and the powers as enacted by the Act for establishment to deal with all aspects of management. And I dare say that there's no profession in this world today that doesn't have a management angle to it. Otherwise, that profession wouldn't have existed up till now. Check it out. Even things like home management, husband management, wife, etc., etc. Very important. And a veritable change agent in strategic transformation, delivering enduring stakeholder value in perpetuity. And that's what we do. Each time we have an event, we keep going, improving on the last. We keep bringing high-value speakers. We keep exchanging ideas, interrogating each other's actions, and ensuring that anytime we appear, even in our workplaces, we come out as a shining star without even having to lobby or having to belong to any political or strategic leaning. So, the next part of the book asks a basic question. Who are we? Who are we? We are the Nigerian Institute of Management Chartered. And our constituency is Nigeria. And I dare say, we are now dare to step outside our borders. We've gone international since last year. Our identity is management. Management, and management. Nothing else than management. Our passion is professional excellence. And this set of statements describes who we are. Why are we here? We are here for selfless service, for service above self, and also to contribute to strategic transformation. That's why we're here. And then the next question it poses, the Golden Book poses, says, what are we here for? We are here to promote the ideals of management, and that is universal best practices, corporate governance standards, and distinctive individual disciplines. Like I did say, every profession has its management angle. And indeed, I used to have a game that I played when I was growing up in the system. When I had opportunity to speak, I dared the hall to name a profession, and then the hall will add management to it. You'll be surprised that there's virtually no profession that don't have the management aspect, like I said. So what business are we in? Developing management professionalism. This is part of why we are here inducting our new set of leaders. Regulating management practice, and then promoting management culture. And as you know, management culture keeps evolving, and then we, as we identify them, we promote them, showcase them, and make sure we all imbibe them. So next, what brings us together? One vision, one mission, and then shared values. What values do we share? Those values are 8 in number: integrity, transparency, responsibility, accountability, equity, fairness, efficiency, and last but not the least, effectiveness. If you run through the 8, you will discover that you can find no fault in them. And when you apply all of them, or some of them, most of them, you are on the path to success in achieving your organizational goal. How do we work together? This part is interesting. The guest lecturer spoke at depth at so many styles, working in organizations and all that, obstacles and pitfalls. So here, in this Golden Book, it sets you a standard. We walk through team working and cordiality. We take teamwork and cordiality. It's very, very important. With process discipline and outcome focus. So in every process that we're engaged in, we are tenacious about it. We stick to the plan and ensure that we get the outcomes that we set out to achieve. So the next question is, which is our way of doing things? Our way of doing things, or if you like, our way of doing business. We want to be orderly, we want to be systematic, and of course, we want to be professional. Remember this: orderly, systematic, and professional. And then it says, what things bring us satisfaction? You know, when you read into human behavior, in the human relations area, talks about satisfiers and dissatisfiers. And so here in the Golden Book, it shows us what satisfies the Institute is achieving best practices and achieving target outcomes. That sounds nice, isn't it? You're able to achieve both, then you are on the path to good relations with your boss and your bosses, and the organization is likely to recognize you, and you get the needed elevations and motivations that you need. Next is what things receive disapproval. And here it simply points to two. Underachievement. When we set out to achieve a goal, we must get it 100% or nothing. Leaving corpses in the way, and it says in bracket, even when targets are achieved. There are some styles of leaders, autocratic leaders, who don't care how their staff, teammates feel about anything, so long as they are able to achieve the goals. This is what we refer to as leaving corpses behind. So why do you want to get to the goal and sacrifice so many of your staff? You know, you are not empathic. You are not helping them to grow. You are busy sacrificing them, sacking them, while you grow, only you grows in the organization. So how do we express ourselves? This is quite key to us in the Institute. We express ourselves through dialogue, not just dialogue, with decency and decorum, enjoying the force of reason and the power of logic, and not the logic of power. And last, but not the least, the change agent for strategic transformation, and that is the Nigerian Institute of Management, Chartered. Thank you. Am I descending or they are ascending? You watch out for the next coconut. It will still drop on you.
President, General,
All right, that was our distinguished, gentle, indefatigable president. Okay, the next item would be the formal induction of inductees. Okay, so he will go through certain statutory protocol before everyone now will be inducted. I mean the inductees. Thank you so much.
So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are now at the high point of today's program. When we started the program, I did mention that only those who are fully inducted as members were entitled at that stage to read the Code of Conduct. And now, gradually, we've gotten to here. May we, the inductees, be upstanding. Thank you. So the code of conduct is there on the screen, and we just have to read it together. I've played my own part earlier, so it's your show. So when we say that I, please add your name proudly and then continue on both standards. Can we all begin recite together that I, Abimbola Yoba, as a professional manager, we put service above self and will ever seek to find and employ more efficient and more economical ways of getting things done. That I, Abimbola Yoba, as a professional manager, accept the most scrupulous and transparently honest and ethical process of thought for all decisions in my daily work, and be myself free of any fraudulent and or corrupt practices, and within the scope of my authority, treat all persons as being equal, and refuse to give special favors and privileges to anyone. So help me God. Now, we proceed immediately for admission statement. Are we ready? The moment is here when you become a professional manager, a chartered manager. Very nice. So shall we listen? By the authority of, no, I'm the one. Unless you want to admit yourself. So let's do it this way. Listen, I'm conveying to you what council has asked me to do. So please listen carefully. By the authority of the council of the Nigerian Institute of Management Chartered, I, as the president and chairman of council, hereby admit you severally as members of the Nigerian Institute of Management Chartered, and direct that your names be included by the registrar in the register of members of the Nigerian Institute of Management Chartered. Congratulations.
Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. 'Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, stand up. For the champions.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Please, some of you are wearing it upside down. Look at it well before. So please, starting with the graduate members, we'll be coming like this to meet the president and the registrar chief executive for a handshake.
been living fast life, but I see it in slow. Oh no, and you see my lifestyle, I got G's in the dope. See many people there outside where they feed man's oboe. Oh no, and me a stand the defender like Joseph Yobo. My girl say she want Netflix and chill, so I chatty get even one. If you fall in love, Kelly satin, you go to breakfast, I'm not capping. Can you see triple, I'm not catchy. I'm not faking this, no fugazi. You see these feelings, I'm not catching. I'm on quest and feet, I just want the happiness. If I broke, now my business. I'ma show you right. All I care for the night. Happiness. If I broke, now my business. I'ma show you right. All I care for the night.
Follow suit. If me I got money past you, if you're not careful, tonight, you know send me a must snap. Like a love carry go. If me I got money past you, if you're not careful.
Happiness. If I broke, now my business. I'ma show you go right. All I care for the night. Happiness. If I broke, now my business. I'ma show you go right. All I care for the night. Happiness. If I broke, now my business. I'ma show you go right. All I care for the night. Happiness. If I broke, now my business. I'ma show you go right. All I care for the night.
yo. Them a lot so she share love, my yakba oh love. Nobody to do as if I done too much. And to Baba show shallow more. Kabu love, my passion love. It's still the live, still the oh. Happiness, everythingness. My life no stress. Fine boy no ex. Happiness, everythingness. My life no stress. Òtútù ó wọ́n yó, bákàrà sí ni alákọ̀ọ́lò. Ohun tó ń ṣe yín kọ́ ló ń ṣe mí o. Ẹjẹ́ ló mọ̀ tá ìṣe ànábì nọ́bìsì. Yépa yépo àṣàmọ̀dì. Ọ̀gá náà ti fọ́mọ Kasabi. Michael Scoville, as you can see, àbí zombies à òkànlò. Òtútù ó wọ́n yó, bákàrà sí ni alákọ̀ọ́lò. Ohun tó ń ṣe yín kọ́ ló ń ṣe mí o. Ẹjẹ́ ló mọ̀ tá ìṣe ànábì nọ́bìsì. Yépa yépo àṣàmọ̀dì. Organo de forme Kasabi, Michael Scoville, as you can see, I be zombies,
But your birthstone, you an earth tone. I'm missing you bad, baby, come home. You want me make it happen, baby, I know. Want me to keep you happy, baby, I know. Penthouse, condo, don't know what, I'm on piano. You want me make it happen, baby, I know. I'm here to make you smile when you feel low.
happiness, everythingness. My life no stress, fine boy no ex.
Happiness, it's a feeling. Your life no stress.
Òtútù ó wọ́n yó, bákàrà sí ni alákọ̀ọ́lò. Ohun tó ń ṣe yín kọ́ ló ń ṣe mí o. Ẹjẹ́ ló mọ̀ tá ìṣe ànábì nọ́bìsì. Yépa yépo àṣàmọ̀dì. Ọ̀gá náà ti fọ́mọ Kasabi, Michael Scoville, as you can see, àbí zombies à òkànlò. Slowly I did talk. Money on my mind. Care what they yarning about me in particular. Call me. Out here on the road chasing my dream because I know what chasing for me. All I did man but my love. But I got the edition my love. Everyone see let Jack on my love. Not to find anybody na money I want. But they hear what the people they love. Want to get a shakeleti love. See love now wanna get another one. I go think and do it in I love. Waiting you love. No be waiting I love. Waiting I love. I go do and with all my heart. Go no be vodka. Mr. Money Changer. But I know the ways that Mr. Money Changer. Just carry on, be no time. Bad boy day, me I dey fine. And at the same time, me I dey high. Control most stand out, calm down. You go dey fine like fine wine, no decline. Sick about it, extraordinary things. Show me love, I go show you more. Bó ṣe ṣe, ọmọ yìí dán déjà ṣerégélé mú fọ́ fáyé, ti fọ́ fáyé. Ọlọ́ládé máa ń gbọ́mọ lọ, ọ̀rọ̀ kọ̀tọ̀ ìdí ṣọ́mọ lọ. Ẹ fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ jẹ́ kó máa lọ, no dey find anybody na money I want. But they hear wetin people dey love, wọ́n ti gbé àṣàkẹ́ létí lọ. Sí love now wanna get another one, I go take and do wetin I want. Wetin you love, no be wetin I love. Wetin I love, I go do am with all my heart. Ogogoro no be vodka, Mr. Money Changer. But una know I no dey waste time, Mr. Money Changer.
Low-key, all of them done they notice. I'm not joking, all my guys them know me. Since 06, I've been writing this story. I know be OG, but if you ask them know me. I know they blow trees, only lonely me lonely. Music chose me, just know this and know this. I dey low-key, but I'm never lonely. Sexy ladies, come wife me slowly. I love you, I see my way to believe. I be the boy, I be
In a short while, we'll start collecting our certificates, okay? We will announce in due time how you're going to collect it. The people you are going to, my colleagues will stand in here so that for those who came through ITMA, MPE, and all that, you will know who you are collecting the certificate from. And then, please do not laminate the certificate because of the security features in them, okay? It has scan code and all that. If you laminate it, may render it invalid. So please don't laminate your certificate. It can spoil, and then, of course, it will destroy whatever security features there that will help you. Thank you, IT. We would be welcoming Barrister Mrs. Senakon Jerry Imahiagwe, FNIM, who is standing for the Chairman Membership Committee and representing the Membership Committee for the vote of thanks and her remarks. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Well, let me recognize the President and Chairman of Council, the Registrar Chief Executive of this prestigious Institute of Management, and the fellows here present, the members here present, the wonderful and cherished inductees, the new members of this great institute. You are the first set in 2026, so you should applaud yourselves. As you have witnessed this day, God Almighty will continue to make it glorious. Your ambitions will be realized. As managers, you are just starting. You will manage well, you will manage well, you will manage well. Please remember everything that has been said. There is actually nothing to add so that it is not watered down. Just remember and let the golden book be your guide. Let the golden book be your Bible. Let the golden book be your go-to literature. It is very concise. It is handy. Just make it your friend. It is important. And as you excel, you will remember that you truly belong to a distinguished professional body, the Nigerian Institute of Management Chartered. Thank you all for coming. As you have honored the Nigerian Institute of Management, Almighty God will honor you. Continue in your endeavors and enjoy God's special blessings. Have a wonderful day.